Congratulations on finding the most important video on hooking up with women. In today's world, your texting game is going to determine your success with women. As sad as this sounds, this is true. Lucky for you, because for a limited time, we're making this masterclass available for free. Welcome to today's laws of texting women. I'm going to hand you off to our senior coach, Angelo, for this presentation. Be sure to watch this till the end. Let's get into it.
Have you ever gotten a girl's phone number only to get stuck or lost during a text communication? In today's world, texting the right things is a key component in your success with women. There's a whole new concept of looking digitally attractive. Also know that there is a fine line of being creepy. This texting masterclass will help you be the digital stud and not the digital creep. Always remember though, texting is really to get you quickly to a face-to-face date. In this video, we will introduce foolproof text messages that will make her want you bad. Please do me a favor and only use these methods cautiously on women that you are genuinely attracted to, because she will become obsessed with you. Pay attention as this video will be broken up into different sections. Section 1, the 8 foolproof text messages that hack her psychology and instantly make her obsessed with you. You can use these at any point in the relationship. Section 2, the 3 commandments of texting. If you forget anything in this masterclass playbook, remembering these commandments will get you through and be ahead of all the competition. Section 3, the foolproof text blueprint. A step-by-step guide on what to text a woman within the first 24 hours to make her crave you. Section 4, texting mistakes that turn her off completely. Avoid these at all costs. Section 5, the 3 easy texts hack. If you don't want to put in work but still want to be irresistible to her. This is a perfect hack if you are a busy man, and works especially well if you are shy or not the comedic type. I promise you this will be the best and most comprehensive video on this topic you will find. The only guide you will ever need. Do not listen to the other gurus on any other videos if they are not aligned with what I'm telling you. You will fail. Listen to the ultimate man to become the ultimate man. Be sure to watch this video to the end because I've added a bonus section where I will teach you my ultimate strategy on how to have a constant flow of women at all times. Texting multiple women simultaneously so you'll never be without a date on any given night. Here we go. Part 1, foolproof text messages that bypass her logic and barriers and makes her obsessed with you. Foolproof text number 1, I just saw something that made me think of you. This message is one of the best openers you can use on a woman. It is way better than a nice to meet you. That's very generic and boring, and there's not much a girl can respond with that will be engaging other than nice to meet you too. When you tell a woman you just saw something that makes you think of them, she will wonder what it is. She will keep thinking about it until you respond. One of the things that keeps someone interested is the fear of the unknown, and you are giving it to her by doing that. Now you have to think of something that is not cheesy or creepy. Now if you can't think of something cool, just say, "Oh my God, I forgot what it was. I know it was something online. I'll get back to you when I remember." This will drive them wild and make them think about you. Foolproof text number 2, how's the sexiest person in the world doing? Have a response ready that says something like, "I'm just taking a break from work." But don't send it until she sends her message. The more simultaneous you can do it, the better. Don't wait too long either. If she hasn't responded within 5 minutes, just go ahead and send the response. The whole idea is to make her think you were talking about her. You are playfully calling yourself the sexiest person in the world. The fact was that you were talking about her, but you haven't fully validated it to her. Now if she responds, "I'm doing this," then playfully say, "I was talking about myself, but I'm glad to know you're doing well too." Now this is bold, but you have to be bold. If she doesn't respond well to this, then she's probably just a serious girl that you shouldn't want anything to do with, or you simply move on. If you like this content so far, do us a favor and click the like button. It's free for you, but it means so much to us. Let's continue. Foolproof text number 3. Cancel your plans, meet me here at 7. Girls love when you lead the vibe. It is attractive to them when a man can be bold and take command. No woman wants a whatever you want kind of a guy. This portrays that you are confident by telling her to cancel their plan, because you can provide something better. This also signals high standards and expectations, and that you won't take no for an answer. Just like text strategy number 1, you will leave her wondering what it is that you're gonna do with her. Again, humans indulge in the fear of the unknown. You can add to her excitement by saying you should be excited. She will think about the activity all day. She will think about you all day. It's obvious that the great interest killer in a woman is a man being too easy or predictable. Foolproof text number 4. There's too many distractions here right now. Can I text you later? This text will increase your social proof that you're actually out there doing something fun, even potentially on a date with another woman. So this will keep her wondering. It's obvious that the great interest killer in a woman is a man being too easy or predictable. Don't be available all the time for her. Vary your response time, sometimes minutes, sometimes hours, and sometimes even days. If you wait for a few days, simply tell her that her message got buried under other messages. She will think that there are other women that you are interacting with, and she will fight to be the winner of this challenge. If you initiate the conversation, text her briefly every day at the same time for 3 days, then stop and disappear for a week. This again will make her wonder about you. You will show her an imbalance and will understand that she cannot just get you whenever she wants. Foolproof text number 5. Please excuse what drunk me said to you last night. Responsible me gave him a lecture and I promise it won't happen again. If you go on a date with her and have drinks, there could be a chance that you complimented her. The very next morning, let her know that it was drunk you that was talking and that you'll never do it again. This is part of a push-pull method, where you say something sweet and then you're taking it back. She will wonder if those compliments were really for the taking. Either way, you've created instability on how she thinks you feel for her. This text message can also be helpful as a tool if you've over-complimented her. Over-complimented is bad because it takes away the guessing from them on whether you like them or not. Foolproof text number 6. Does it count if a girl tells you she loves you while she's drunk? This one has to be used carefully, usually at the beginning of the relationship. Get her response and be very vague in your follow-up. Your goal was not to get an actual response, but rather to make her think that you're out with another woman and that woman had just told you she loves you. This can be a very playful way to make her jealous. If she does get jealous, you can always mention a few days later that you were asking for a friend. If you want to further your playfulness, you can say something like, all girls are the same, and even all give the same answer. This will make her think that you have other sources that you can go to for advice. She'll want to compete with other women even with her advice. Foolproof text number 7. I had a crazy dream about you, but I probably shouldn't say it over text. I gotta tell you in person. Let's go somewhere tonight before I forget the dream. This one trick is an amazing one because it serves 2 purposes. One that makes her wonder what it was about, the fear and excitement of the unknown, and also securing a date. A woman would wonder all day about this and will be eager and motivated to go on a date to find out the verdict. When she asks, let her know it was sexual but you're too much of a gentleman to go into the details. This spares you from having to get caught in a deep lie. Simply tell her that you both were making love. You didn't know where it was, and that you woke up abruptly in the middle of it all. This will make her think about sex the entire night and will warm her up mentally. Now all you have to do is translate that physically. Foolproof text number 8. Damn, I thought you were cool, but now I find out that you cook or have a job, etc. This banter falls under the category of push and pull, where you're giving a compliment, but you're also taking it away shortly after. What's happening here is you're giving some validation to her, but you're making her wonder if it was genuine, and now she's gonna try to prove to you that she's cool, which means she will be trying to impress you, which now means she just put you above her and you're the prize. This will signal that you're easygoing and don't take things too seriously. This will make her relaxed and more open to you sexually. And there you have it, 8 foolproof texts you can send to make her want you bad. Let us know what you think in the comments. Now, if you enjoyed the content so far, be sure to subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these kinds of videos where we give you free advice that men pay thousands of dollars for in an inferior coach. Let us be your free coach, and let's get to our next section. Section 2, the 3 commandments of texting. This section of this video is probably the most important video ever released on the internet when it comes to texting a girl. The times are changing in this digital age, but trust me, the sexual instincts are the same. We just have to know how to translate this to technology and the modern woman. If you don't follow these commandments, it's game over. You have to start back at square one. I will boldly say don't listen to any other advice out there unless it is congruent with this information. Let's dive right in. Commandment number 1. Don't text her like a friend, text her like a lover or potential lover. Many guys make the mistake of texting a woman like a friend. This is a surefire way to walk into the lonely cage called the friend zone. If you love being a friend, then go for it, but that's not why you're here. Why in the world would you text her like a friend anyway? There is no such thing as a platonic relationship between a man and a woman. One person is always trying to have sex with the other, or maybe both are. Once you're in the friend zone, don't trick yourself into thinking you have a chance to get out of it, because you don't. You may, and I stress you may, have a chance if you watch one of our past videos here. Typically, it is hard to reverse, so you need to set the tone from the very beginning. Let's move on to the next one. Commandment number 2, don't play it safe. Remember, your goal is to be her lover, so you should find out as soon as possible if there's even a chance. If there is not a chance, you simply move on. Why would you waste time with her? The best rule to remember is to never play it safe. Not in a conversation in real life, not on the phone, and definitely not during texts. Be bold. Don't try to text her with feeler questions. Don't try to gauge her interest level in you. Pay attention to your own feelings. You already know what you want, so you have to be bold about it. You can't give her lukewarm either. It could come off as creepy if you interject your bold comments too late in the conversation. It'll appear as it came out of nowhere and you would have already blown it. When you are bold, she will understand that you're putting yourself out there and that you can be yourself. She, therefore, will feel more comfortable being herself also. You will be off to a good start. This is how you become comfortable with getting into the topics that really matter, like taking it to the next level in the bedroom. One trick to initiate an intimate or sensual conversation over text is to ask her if she's shy. Then you follow with if she's a lights-on or lights-off person. And I leave it to you to navigate this. This, though, is where the real conversations begin. Commandment number 3, always keep sexual tension. As mentioned, don't text her like a friend or else you will be in the dreaded friend zone. Always correspond in a way that will maintain sexual tension with every girl. You never know who your next bedroom partner will be. Maintain sexual tension with the grocery clerk, the librarian, your teacher, your co-worker, etc. Never your family or your friend's wife unless she's hot. Everyone else's partner is game, though. And when I say sexual tension, I'm not talking about the creepy kind or the kind that will get you kicked out of places. I'm talking genuine compliments that are geared to her beauty. Women love compliments, even the ugly ones. Even if you're not trying to get with the unattractive woman, look for something to compliment on. Her bracelet, her sense of style, whatever. You want them to be attracted to you at the very least. Because when she's attracted to you, she'll tell her friends. And her friends might second the feeling, or will also become attracted to you. Because girls are weird like that. They are competitive. The world is yours. Because you're the ultimate man and you've watched this far, here's a bonus commandment. Bonus commandment. Never rely solely on her texts purely to indicate her interest level. If she is showing signs of interest through text, take it and run with it. Go ahead and secure that first face-to-face date. Now, if it doesn't seem like she's engaging, this is not necessarily a sign that she's not interested. It probably means that she doesn't use text to operate and communicate her feelings. This is tough because you need to know her interest level right away. If this happens, quickly ask her out on a date. Don't beat around the bush. If she accepts, great. If she declines, then move on to someone that's actually worthy of your time. One good way to ask her on a date is for you to assume you are going to a place such as salsa lessons. Say to her, "I'm going to beginner salsa dance lessons next Wednesday, you should come with me." This approach is a take-it-or-leave-it style approach, where she understands that you're gonna go no matter what, with or without her. This seems non-needy, takes the pressure off of both you and her, and it shows that you have a social life independently and know how to have fun. When she agrees, don't text her any sooner than the day before the event. The text correspondence should only be used to figure out the details and logistics, not for a casual conversation. That is what the date is going to be for. If you know anyone that desperately needs this advice, share this video with them. Section 3. The proven step-by-step text blueprint to make her crave you within 24 hours. This text blueprint is designed to make a woman want you bad even before you secure the first date. If this blueprint doesn't work, she is either insane or not good enough for you. If you are able to get a woman's phone number, you've already passed test number 1, which is that you're not creepy. She feels safe enough because you're trustworthy or cool enough, and she probably even finds you a little interesting or attractive. So congratulations. What you do next is very critical. So, immediately upon receiving her number, immediately ask her, "Are you textually active?" She may be slightly shocked. Then clarify by asking if she's active with text and prefers texting or if she's more of an actual phone call person. Her answer doesn't matter much, and we are going to pursue our foolproof texting blueprint regardless. As you're entering her info on your phone, let her know you're going to text her something naughty, then text her phone immediately with the words, "Something naughty." From here, she will know that you're playful, not boring, and knows your intention is to not just be friends, but more than friends. You are starting off your rapport with sexual energy and tension, but not too strong. You are off to the strongest start she's ever experienced. You are the ultimate man. So, the rules have changed a little. We used to want to wait a few days to text her. But with so much competition, it's okay to text her the day after to keep the momentum going. These days, momentum will win her heart in the sea of desperate men. One good opener is to text her. How is my secret admirer doing today? This suggests that she admires you. She will think you are confident or cocky, which is way better than being not confident. If she is shocked by your approach, text her. Just kidding, it's not a secret anymore. You're just a regular admirer. This will continue to make things light. I love this text because it suggests to her that she likes you. In this stage, she is still figuring that out for herself. Sometimes women need a gentle reminder that they do like and admire you. Another way of checking in on her is by texting. What sort of trouble are you up to? This is way better than the standard boring approaches. This isn't very flirty, but then you can always follow up with, my friend just called me and said there was a crazy chick walking on the highway only wearing a thong. I can pick you up, but this behavior has to stop. This text actually makes a good segue to asking her out on your first date. This is a good text because you've subconsciously planted the idea of picking her up. Always pick up a woman, by the way, so you can drop her off home. Because her bedroom is there, and that's where you eventually want to end up, if you know what I mean. Next text message idea. Those dreamy eyes, soft kissable lips, cute smile. Enough about me, what are you up to? This text is categorized as a push-pull technique, where you make her feel good and then kinda let her down, and it works really well. This is playful, cocky, which will influence her to be playful and cocky with you. Another push-pull text you can send is, maybe it's the vodka talking, but I wanted to tell you, I love vodka. This is also a good segue into asking her out on a date for a drink as a follow-up text. Playful always wins because it translates to playing in bed afterwards. Another playful text method to ask her on a date is to say, I decided what we are doing tonight. Start looking for a strip club that has good food and has amateur night. You might be able to win us a free dinner. This is totally fun and sets her up to think of going on a date with you. If she appreciates this approach, which she will, you can pretty much suggest anywhere as a date and she is likely to accept. There is a meet me in the middle concept where she can't commit to your bold request, but will feel obligated to accept a less bodacious follow-up request. Try it. Kids do this trick to their parents all the time where little Johnny asks his dad for $100, and when dad says no, he says, fine, I'll take 50. Dad gives him a crispy $50 bill. It works. The last text message we are going to present is one where you need to send if she's previously declined a date. You shouldn't be here if you followed our blueprint so far. But if you are, text her. If we don't hang out soon, I'm gonna have to cheat on you. This playfully implies that you are committed to each other, and it also implies that you have other prospects. She will feel challenged knowing that there are other women in your life, and that she has to respond with urgency. If she doesn't react to this, then you've pursued a dud who is not worthy of your time. If you are pretty certain that she is not interested in you, which shouldn't happen, by the way, tell her, I have to end this relationship. You only see me as a piece of meat. This could be your exit strategy from this loser, but this might draw her in again. So be prepared to continue with the banter. There you have it, the proven step-by-step texting blueprint to automatically make her crave you. Here at the Ultimate Man channel, we just want to make all the chicks flock to you with ease, where you don't have to think and they just come. Let's continue by emphasizing the importance of practice if you want to improve your texting skills with women. Why do we text? Texting serves as a means of keeping in touch with someone, but it's not intended for deepening connections or getting to know someone on a profound level. That's what face-to-face interactions and dates are for. Face-to-face interactions always surpass texting in terms of effectiveness, and the aim of this section is to cultivate a sense of attraction and interest before the first date even occurs. Leave a comment if you like what we shared so far, or have good text ideas also to share with our community. This concludes part 1 of this masterclass, part 2 of the texting masterclass. In part 1, we covered text message ideas that make women want you strictly off of your text game. We continued with the 3 commandments of texting that must be followed at all times. Lastly, we ended with a text blueprint from your first interaction with a woman up until the first date. In part 2, we will go over subtle mistakes that most men don't even know they're doing that immediately turns a girl off. These are to be avoided at all costs. Finally, we will end with a foolproof 3-text combination, guaranteed to ignite a woman's curiosity about you. This text strategy is so easy you can literally use this on every girl simultaneously. Stick around to the end because we have a bonus section where we teach you the secret to have a consistent flow of women coming in, essentially filling up your calendar with dates every night. Here we go. Section 4, texting mistakes to avoid at all costs. All right, fellas, let's be real. Texting is hard. You can have all the charm and moves in the world, but if your texting game is weak, you're going down. Ever sent a text so bad it made your phone self-destruct? We've all been there. I've seen some epic texting fails in my time, trust me. One time, my buddy sent a girl a novel. Seriously, this thing was longer than War and Peace. Needless to say, he's still single. Look, texting is an art form, a delicate dance of wit, charm, and just the right amount of emojis. You gotta be smooth, you gotta be funny, and you gotta keep her interested. Think of it like a stand-up routine. You gotta keep the jokes coming and the audience engaged, or they'll walk out on you. And let's be honest, texting can be a minefield. One wrong move and boom, you're blocked, deleted, and relegated to the friend zone. But fear not, my texting-challenged comrades, I'm here to help you navigate this digital dating jungle. Consider this your crash course in texting, where I will break down the most common texting mistakes men make. We'll laugh, we'll learn, and by the end of this, you'll be texting like a pro, ready to woo any woman with your digital charm. Let's start with the basics, fellas. Nobody likes a textaholic. Seriously, bombarding her with messages every 5 seconds is not cute, it's creepy. Remember that girl in high school who passed you a note every 2 minutes? Yeah, don't be that guy. Think of texting like a good meal. You don't want to stuff yourself silly, you want to savor each bite. Give her some space to breathe, to miss you, to wonder what hilarious anecdote you're going to share next. Trust me, playing it cool is way more attractive than coming across as desperate. Remember, you're a catch, a prize, a man of mystery. Don't cheapen yourself by acting like you have nothing better to do than stare at your phone, waiting for her reply. Go for a run, hit the gym, write a screenplay. Do things that make you interesting and desirable. The less you text, the more she'll want to hear from you. It's all about balance, my friends. You want to stay on her radar without becoming a nuisance. Think of it like a stand-up set. You gotta know when to pause for effect, when to let the jokes sink in. Too much, too soon, and you'll lose the audience. The same goes for texting. A well-timed message is worth 1,000 spammy ones. So take a deep breath, put down the phone, and go live your life. She'll appreciate the chase, and you'll come across as confident and self-assured. Now let's talk about emojis. They're like salt. A little can enhance the flavor, but too much can ruin the whole dish. A well-placed emoji can add some personality and humor to your texts. But don't go overboard. You're not a teenager, you're a grown man. Nobody wants to decipher a message that looks like it was written by a 5-year-old on a sugar rush. Keep it classy, keep it simple, and remember, less is more. I'm not saying you should avoid emojis altogether, but use them sparingly. A smiley face here, a wink there, that's all you need. You want your words to do the talking, not a bunch of cartoon faces. Think of it like a well-dressed man. He doesn't need to wear every piece of jewelry he owns to make a statement. A simple watch, a subtle ring, that's all it takes to show you've got style. The same goes for emojis. Use them to accentuate your message, not to replace it. A well-placed emoji can add a touch of humor or flirtation, but too many can make you look immature and unprofessional. Remember, you're trying to impress her with your wit and charm, not your emoji vocabulary. So ditch the emoji overload and let your words speak for themselves. If you like the content so far, hit the subscribe button. Alright fellas, let's talk about grammar. Now I'm not saying you need to be a grammar Nazi, but for crying out loud, at least make an effort. Texting is not an excuse to throw all rules of language out the window. You don't need to write like Shakespeare, but you should at least be able to string together a coherent sentence. Remember, you're trying to impress her, not make her think you failed English class. Look, I get it, texting is casual, but that doesn't mean you can just abandon all sense of grammar and punctuation. A few typos here and there are forgivable, but if your messages are riddled with errors, it's going to make you look careless and uneducated. Think of it like your appearance. You wouldn't show up to a date in sweatpants and a stained t-shirt, would you? You want to present yourself in the best possible light? And that includes using proper grammar. Now, I'm not saying you need to start quoting Shakespeare in your texts, but a little effort goes a long way. Capitalize your sentences, use proper punctuation, and for the love of all that is holy, spell check. It takes 2 seconds and it can make a world of difference. Remember, you're trying to show her that you're a smart, capable guy, and that includes being able to communicate effectively. Timing, my friends, is everything. It's like comedy. You gotta know when to deliver the punchline, when to pause for effect, when to leave the audience wanting more. The same goes for texting. You don't want to bombard her with messages, but you also don't want to leave her hanging for days. It's a delicate balance, but once you master it, you'll be texting like a pro. Think of it like a dance. You gotta know when to lead, when to follow, when to take a step back. You don't want to be stepping on her toes, but you also don't want to leave her standing alone on the dance floor. It's all about finding that rhythm, that connection, that perfect flow. And just like in dancing, practice makes perfect. The key is to be responsive without being overbearing. If she texts you, text her back within a reasonable amount of time. But don't feel like you need to reply instantly every single time. A little bit of mystery goes a long way. Let her wonder what you're up to. Let her anticipate your next message. It's all part of the game, my friends. And the more you play it right, the more she'll be drawn to you. We've all been there, fellas. You send a text, you wait some more, and crickets. The silence is deafening, the anxiety is crippling, and your finger starts hovering over the send button again. Resist the urge, my friends. The double text is a dangerous game, one that rarely leads to victory. It's like trying to explain a joke. The more you do it, the less funny it becomes. Look, I get it. You're excited, you're interested, you want to keep the conversation going. But trust me, nothing kills the mood faster than a desperate double text. It reeks of insecurity, neediness, and a complete lack of chill. Think of it like a stand-up comedian bombing on stage. The more they try to recover, the worse it gets. Sometimes you just gotta accept the silence and move on. The double text is a slippery slope, my friends. Once you start, it's hard to stop. You send one, then another, and before you know it, you're that guy. The one who can't take a hint. All right, fellas, let's talk about ghosting. This is the ultimate texting sin, the one that will get you banished to the dating underworld faster than you can say sorry. I was busy. Look, I get it. Sometimes you lose interest. Sometimes things fizzle out. Sometimes you just want to disappear into the digital ether. But for crying out loud, at least have the decency to say something. Ghosting is not only rude, it's cowardly. Think of it like this. You're on a date, everything's going great, you're laughing, you're connecting, and then suddenly, she gets up and walks out without a word. How would that make you feel? Confused, hurt, angry? Yeah, that's how it feels to be ghosted. It's like getting punched in the gut by a phantom. You don't see it coming, and it leaves you feeling empty and bewildered. Ghosting is the easy way out, the coward's way of ending things. It's a way of avoiding confrontation, of shirking responsibility, of pretending that the other person doesn't matter. But guess what? They do matter. Their feelings matter. Their time matters. So man up, grow a pair, and send a damn text. Let's be real, fellas. Trying to be someone you're not is exhausting. It's like trying to maintain a fake laugh for an entire comedy show. Eventually, your face is gonna cramp up and everyone's gonna know you're faking it. The same goes for texting. You can't keep up a facade forever. Eventually, your true self is gonna come out. And if it's drastically different from the persona you've been projecting, you're gonna have some explaining to do. Look, I get it. You want to impress her. You want to seem cool. You want to come across as the kind of guy she'd be into. But trust me, the best way to do that is to be yourself. Embrace your quirks, your sense of humor, your unique perspective on the world. That's what makes you interesting. That's what makes you stand out from the crowd. Trying to be someone you're not is not only exhausting, it's also transparent. Women can spot a fake a mile away and they're not going to be impressed. Think of it like a stand-up routine. The best comedians are the ones who are authentic, who are true to themselves, who aren't afraid to be vulnerable and share their unique perspective on the world. The same goes for texting. The more genuine you are, the more relatable you'll be, and the more likely she is to connect with you on a deeper level. So ditch the fake persona, embrace your true self, and let your personality shine through in your texts. Confidence, my friends, is key. It's like the punchline of a joke. Deliver it with conviction and you'll have the audience roaring with laughter. Mumble it, second-guess yourself, and you'll lose them faster than a politician in a lie detector test. The same goes for texting. You gotta own it, you gotta believe in yourself, you gotta project that swagger that makes women weak in the knees. Text like you own the damn phone, like you're the king of the digital domain, like you're the only man on her contact list. Look, I get it. Texting can be nerve-wracking. You're putting yourself out there, you're opening yourself up to rejection, you're basically bearing your soul through a series of digital characters. But you gotta push past the fear, you gotta embrace the challenge, you gotta text like you've got nothing to lose. The more confident you are, the more attractive you'll be, and the more likely she is to respond positively. Think of it like this. You're on stage, the spotlight is on you, the audience is waiting with bated breath. You've got two choices, you can crumble. Use these tips, learn from your mistakes, and most importantly, have fun. Texting should be enjoyable, a way to connect with someone, a way to flirt, a way to build anticipation. It's not a chore, it's an opportunity to showcase your personality, your sense of humor, your ability to make a woman laugh, smile, and want to get to know you better. Let's move into our next section. Section 5, the easy 3 text message game plan hack. This method is perfect for you if you are particularly shy or not the comedic type. It is straightforward with minimal banter and minimal back and forth, which means this is the perfect formula if you are a busy man, especially if you're trying to text multiple women simultaneously. A well-crafted text message combination can captivate her attention instantly and leave her eagerly anticipating your next move. If you're wondering how to do this the quick and simple way, here are 3 powerful text messages that are guaranteed to make her take notice and keep you on her mind. Note that this strategy assumes that you have some prior rapport or correspondence with her, but not any definitive spark yet. The curiosity peaking opener, the key to grabbing her attention from the get-go, is to send a text message that ignites her curiosity and leaves her wanting more. Instead of resorting to the typical, "Hey, what's up?" try something more intriguing like, "Hey, Nicole, quick question for you. I caught you looking at me multiple times last night. Is there something you wanted to tell me?" This opener accuses her of looking at you. By saying this, you are playfully telling her that you know she has a crush on you. Even if it's not true, you're setting yourself apart from the sea of creepy messages she receives and inviting her to engage in a conversation that's both playful and thought-provoking. The complementary connection builder. Once you've initiated the conversation, it's essential to establish a genuine connection by showing appreciation for who she is without seeming desperate. Sending a sincere compliment can go a long way in making her feel valued and special. Here's an example of a text message that effortlessly combines flattery with a personal touch. "I couldn't help but notice how passionate you are about salsa dancing. I would like to know more about what sparked an interest in you. I've actually always wanted to see if I could get into it too." By acknowledging her passions and expressing genuine interest in learning more about them, you're demonstrating that you see her as more than just a pretty face. This thoughtful approach fosters a deeper connection and sets the stage for meaningful conversation. Most guys compliment her looks, but you're complimenting her soul. The intriguing invitation. Once you've established rapport and built a foundation of mutual interest, it's time to take things to the next level by suggesting a memorable experience together. Rather than asking her out in a generic way, try crafting an invitation that's both specific and intriguing. "I was gonna go to a new and hip coffee shop downtown tonight that serves the best mocha drink. I'd love to treat you to one. Come with me." By suggesting a specific activity and highlighting the unique qualities of the venue, you're showing that you've put thought into planning the date and creating a memorable experience for her. This not only demonstrates your genuine interest in getting to know her better, but also sets the stage for a memorable and enjoyable outing. You've also boldly told her to come with you instead of asking if she wanted to. This is hacking into her psychology through subtle hypnosis. You're not giving her a choice, but rather a command, which the human mind actually prefers. Humans prefer to be told what to do rather than think of what to do. This simple 3-step combination can significantly enhance your dating game and make you stand out from the crowd. By sending text messages that pique her curiosity, establish a genuine connection, and suggest intriguing experiences, you can captivate her interest and lay the groundwork for a meaningful relationship. Go ahead, try out these 3 text messages on as many women as you can all at once. Not in a group text, of course, and watch as their interest in you grows one by one. Well, we've revealed a lot of information in this video. Let's tie up some loose ends. Here are my final thoughts. The primary purpose of texting should be to arrange dates and build anticipation between you and a woman. Engaging in lengthy conversations via text should be avoided, as those discussions are best reserved for in-person interactions. As far as texting a woman after obtaining her number, it's advisable not to delay beyond a day or two. Waiting too long may convey disinterest or even lead her to forget about you entirely. Conversely, texting her on the same day might give off an impression of desperation or neediness. Typically, the evening is an optimal time to send a text message. Avoid delaying texting women for more than a week and a half without scheduling a date. Pay attention to a woman's actions. If she cancels plans repeatedly or doesn't respond when you propose a date, it's time to cease texting her. If she's genuinely interested, she'll express enthusiasm about going on a date. Now for the bonus I promised for watching till the end. This trick will ensure you have a consistent flow of women to date every single night. I highly suggest maintaining communication with more than one woman. This doesn't mean texting multiple women simultaneously, but rather having a roster of at least 3 women to text. Let's say you want to invite a woman over to watch a movie. You text woman number 1, but she doesn't respond. Instead of reacting emotionally, you text woman number 2. Woman number 2 might reply, expressing her unavailability but suggesting an alternative plan. Meanwhile, you also text woman number 3 who agrees to come over and watch a movie. Instead of feeling frustrated, you've successfully secured a date. Having multiple women to text instantly eases the pressure and allows you to take more risks in your interactions. Avoiding clinginess and neediness is crucial, as these traits are unattractive to women. Don't hesitate to inject some flirtatious or even sexual undertones into your conversations. Taking risks is essential. Failing to do so might result in being relegated to the friend zone. Once you're on a date, don't shy away from physical gestures like holding hands or going in for a kiss. These risks create the sexual tension and excitement that girls find appealing. By being willing to take risks and initiate physical contact, you're more likely to ignite the spark that leads to deeper connections. Well, there you go, gentlemen. Hope you found value in this video. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and save this video. If you have a strategy that you think that we should know about, go ahead and leave it in the comments so our community can learn, grow, and take advantage of the information. If you need ideas on the best secret places to meet women organically in the first place, click on the video on the left.